The problem with the plural of majesty in light of the Book of Jubilees. The term Elohim, a plural noun often used in reference to God, has long been a subject of debate among grammarians and theologians. Some argue that its plural form is a stylistic device known as the plural of majesty, meant to convey God's grandeur. However, this explanation falters under scrutiny, particularly when examined alongside the Book of Jubilees, a commentary on Genesis. Jubilees provides critical insight into the use of plural and singular forms in divine discourse, challenging the traditional view of Elohim as merely a majestic singular. The misuse of the plural of majesty. Grammarians like Gesenius claim that the plural form of Elohim expresses greatness or majesty, citing its frequent appearance in prose compared to the singular form Eloah. They argue that the plural form became common as a linguistic tool to denote power and sovereignty. For instance, Genesis 1 verse 26 states, "Let us make man in our image," which is often attributed to the plural of majesty. Yet this explanation is inconsistent when applied to the broader biblical narrative. The rules of Hebrew grammar dictate agreement between nouns, verbs, and adjectives in gender and number. However, when Elohim refers to God, singular verbs and adjectives are typically used, suggesting a deeper reason for the plural form. Simply labeling it as a royal peculiarity fails to address the theological and doctrinal implications. Insights from the Book of Jubilees. The Book of Jubilees, an ancient commentary on Genesis, offers a crucial perspective. It often uses the pronouns we and us in describing the actions of angels who are involved in God's creative work. For example, we kept Sabbath in the heavens before it was made known to any flesh to keep Sabbath thereon on the earth. Jubilees 3:1. We brought, according to the word of God, unto Adam all the beasts, and everything that moves on the earth. These passages demonstrate that the term Elohim can encompass a collective of divine beings, such as angels, acting under God's authority. This interpretation aligns with Genesis 1 verse 26, where the plural, "let us make man," may reflect the participation of heavenly agents in the creative process. However, in Jubilees 2:14, which parallels Genesis 1:27, the singular pronoun is used, "and after all this he created man." This distinction is significant. While angels may witness and assist in God's works, the actual creation of humanity is attributed solely to God, using singular pronouns. This undermines the notion that the plural Elohim inherently signifies a majestic singular. Elohim as a hierarchical collective. By recognizing Elohim as a plural term referring to a divine council or hierarchy of beings, a more coherent picture emerges. The Book of Jubilees portrays these beings as active participants in God's creative acts, celebrating his sovereignty and fulfilling his commands. This interpretation resonates with other biblical passages where Elohim refers to judges, kings, or prophets, humans empowered by God's emanating force, e.g. Psalm 82:6, John 10:34. This broader understanding emphasizes the dynamic relationship between God and his creation. It reflects the richness of the divine realm without reducing Elohim to a stylistic flourish. Instead of a monolithic entity, the term reveals a community of divine agents working in unity under God's supreme authority. The inadequacy of the plural of majesty. The argument for the plural of majesty does not withstand critical analysis. If Elohim were merely a poetic or royal device, it would fail to account for its consistent plural usage, even when singular pronouns and verbs accompany it. Moreover, the Book of Jubilees highlights the active role of a divine collective, clarifying that the plural form of Elohim cannot be dismissed as a linguistic quirk. In conclusion, the plural of majesty explanation is inadequate for understanding Elohim. The Book of Jubilees offers a richer and more consistent interpretation, showing that Elohim represents a divine hierarchy, encompassing both God and his heavenly agents. This perspective not only aligns with biblical grammar, but also deepens our appreciation of the complexity and unity within the divine realm.